Hi, Namaskar, I am Shumana Mukherjee. You can call me Shumana and I am a tour facilitator for the day. And I welcome you to the oldest capital of undivided Bengal. Like for 114 years, 9 king ruled Royal Bengal from this particular place. Yes, it is Pandua, and this is only 2 hours drive from Kolkata, covering just 80 kilometers. The price, this piece of the land has a very rich history of more than 1000 years. Poet Dohi Sen Sarma, one of the Navratnas of the court of Raja Lakshman Sen of the Sena dynasty, mentioned existence of several Hindu temples in this area in his famous poetry Pavanduta around 11th century. A very famous theory says that the name came from the Pandavas of Mahabharata. Few says the name derived from Pandubis, which means waterfalls. Now you will understand what is waterfalls because this particular area was covered with numerous lakes and there was this migratory birds over there, and still you will find few. You can see this pillar standing in front of you. I will, come back to this pillar, and there, far away, you can have a look of to the Bara Mosque. That is a Badi Mosque, which the name got because you can see the, largeness of this. But right now, the entire area, or this entire complex is sealed because of some local issues. And probably it is permanently sealed, so tourists are not allowed inside, not even the locals. So this is very strictly protected. And now let me get back to actually the history of this particular place. Now, to be very honest, what is there in a nail and how does it matter from where it came from? A very important aspect of Indian culture, heritage, architecture and art is the confluence, the adaptability, but keeping its distinctiveness. The 800 years of Pandua Minar. Now, can you just imagine this Minar is actually 800 years old. It is actually a 3-storied Minar, and this. This minaret is very similar to the Qutub Minar of Delhi. But there is a stone entrance which I am unable to show you right now because that is on the other side of this boundary wall, and we are actually standing outside the boundary wall. You will find a stone gate, and there you will find different stone carved gods and goddesses, like Hindu gods and goddesses. So I don't know how and why this, why this is decorated that way, because this is a victory minar basically, what I understand. And there is a folklore like Pandu Raja built a huge Shiv temple over here, and when Said Shah Saifuddin's nephew, like he was a nephew of Firoz Shah Khilji, defeated him in late 13th century. He built the minar on the temple as a mark of his victory. That might be true, might not be true also. Now, very interesting theory, and many people believe that this is the place where goddess Shinkala Devi temple was situated, which is one of the 18th Shakti pits in India. Though there is no historical evidence to this theory, rather it is far easier to believe that pages of history are written by overpowering different empires and rulers, and hence the newer construction was built on the older one, keeping the foundation intact, and was probably highly influenced by the beauty of Indian burnt bricks terracotta work. I know. History with little mystery always attracts you. The terracotta, the 13-year-old art from Bengal, is not limited to decorate Hindu temple. This age-old art form decorated many mosques in Bengal in the medieval era. The Islamic Bengali fusion art and architecture started right from here by the Nawab of Ilyas Shahi dynasty in early 14th century, that is around 700 years ago.